You could say it's a perfect Christmas gift. Merry Christmas, everyone. How you doing? For Christmas this year, I'm going to give you a new what if. What if Cell turned good? Now, this has been done before, but I'm going to be trying my best to be different. So, how would this occur? Let's go to the Cell arc when future Trunks and Krillin are at Dr. Zero's lab getting the plans for the androids. They end up finding the embryo Cell, and instead of destroying it, they contact Bulma. She decides that she's going to try and turn it to their side, and she and Dr. Briefs relocate to Dr. Zero's lab and start to mess with the embryo Cell to try and turn him good. While those two are messing with Cell, the Cell games are progressing, and Gohan becomes Super Saiyan 2, Goku dies, and eventually Gohan kills Cell. So yeah, while that's happening, Bulma and Dr. Briefs are trying to take the Frieza and King Cold out of the present day Cell. Yeah, this whole process takes them about 16 months, and then their new project emerges. There's just one more thing left to do. Bulma feels that the name Cell doesn't really fit anymore, but Cell will now be known as Android 22. Because Dr. Zero was technically Android 20, Android 21 already exists in video games, so he's now Android 22. After the Cell games have concluded, Bulma calls over the Z Fighters to see the larval state 22. They're disgusted by this creature, and Vegeta tries to blast it away, but Bulma stops him, saying 22's not done nothing wrong yet. After this exchange, Piccolo brings up a good point. What does he eat? Bulma's unable to program out of 22 one little thing. He does still need to drink people. But then Krillin pipes up and says maybe they could feed it a senzu bean, because we know Perfect Cell can process them because of that scene. So he gives 22 a senzu bean, and he likes it. Now there's just one more thing left to do, aside from that other thing. Bulma asks Piccolo to train 22, because genetic engineering can only go so far. And she wants him to teach 22 how to be a good person, make him really powerful as well, since Goku's now gone, and doesn't want to return. Piccolo agrees to this. Then he takes 22 with a bag of senzu beans and heads off. And now it is time to jump 7 years into the future to the beginning of the Buu saga. By now a few important things have happened. First off, Korin has allowed them to grow senzu beans on the Earth, in a hidden place that no one will find. Secondly, 22 is transformed into his imperfect form. Through Piccolo's training, he was also able to quell any desire to drink or harm any other people. But with that out of the way, it's time to head over to the World Tournament. When they arrive, they meet up with the other Z Fighters, and 22 tries to go over and talk to 18, but she tells him to get lost, so he decides to go and rejoin Piccolo, and they sign up for the adult division of the tournament. But there isn't enough space for 22 to enter, so Krillin voluntarily gives up his spot so 22 can participate. The adult division goes the same, except for the one to defeat Pintar is not Krillin. Gohan still has his energy stolen, and Shin tells everyone about Majin Buu. So Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo head to confront Babidi. Piccolo tells 22 to stay behind, while the four of them go and stop Babidi. So reluctantly, he agrees, and stays behind to compete in the rest of the tournament. Just like in the original, it does become a battle royale, but it ends up just becoming a fight between 18 and 22. Now, who wins this fight? I think it would be 18, because 22 would want to be nice to her because of who he is. Remember, 18 was absorbed by Perfect Cell in the past, so 22 would be trying to differentiate himself from Perfect Cell. So after a little bit of a fight, 18 throws 22 out of the ring, and she wins the fight. After said fight, 22 gets his runners-up money and congratulates her, and then leaves to go look for Piccolo. He finds him frozen in stone outside of Babidi's ship, and he tries to get Piccolo to move, but he won't budge. Krillin then lands next to 22 and tells him to be careful or he might shatter Piccolo by accident. 22 heeds Krillin's advice, and he backs off the Piccolo statue and feels 2 stronger power levels back to the tournament. So he heads back there to see Goku and Vegeta fighting as Super Saiyan 2s. The whole Majin Vegeta thing is happening right now. And as in the original, the energy allows Majin Buu to be revived. Majin Vegeta defeats Goku, and Vegeta heads over to try and stop Buu, and 22 quietly follows him. Gohan and Goku later follow behind those two. They arrive as Majin Buu has been revived. Instead of charging at Buu, 22 demands to know who was the one who froze Piccolo in stone. Deborah says that yeah, it was him, and 22 powers up and charges at Deborah, but is quickly petrified. Everyone is shocked by what Deborah just did, but they believe Buu was the bigger threat, so they come up with a plan. They decide that Goku and Vegeta will attack Buu, and Gohan and 18, who arrived shortly after 22 did, will attack Deborah. Now it is time to enact their plan. Goku and Vegeta charge Majin Buu, and Gohan and 18 charge Deborah. Gohan powers up to Super Saiyan 2, and he and 18 charge Deborah, so can they defeat Deborah? Well, I believe so, since Deborah is said to be as strong as Cell, most likely the super perfect version, and Gohan at Super Saiyan 2 was able to defeat Cell last time. With 18's help, it should be even easier. During the fight, something happens that could turn the tables in Deborah's favor. Vegeta is using the final explosion against Majin Buu, which distracts Gohan and 18, and Deborah uses this to his advantage. While they are distracted by Vegeta, Deborah sees his chance, so he petrifies 18, and when the whole thing is over, Gohan realizes 18 was petrified, and he quickly powers up again, and just ends Deborah with a Kamehameha. This allows Kibito, Piccolo, 18, and 22 to be slowly unpetrified and join the fight against Majin Buu. Speaking of Majin Buu, how did that fight go? Goku and Vegeta powered up to Super Saiyan 2, and they start to fight Buu. The fight goes on for a little while until Vegeta was starting to run a little bit low on energy. This is when Vegeta realizes all the horrible things he did as Majin Vegeta, including, but not limited to, killing multiple people, helping in the release of Majin Buu, and just straight up selfishness. He realized what he must do. This is the point when Vegeta starts the final explosion attack. Goku quickly gets out of the way, and then shortly after, Vegeta releases his final explosion at Majin Buu, creating a beautiful looking explosion. Unfortunately for Vegeta, the final explosion didn't kill Buu, but he was pretty severely damaged. So he regenerates, and Vegeta, he's not fine, and Buu quickly wipes him away after his regeneration. After Vegeta's death, the remaining Z fighters decide to regroup at the lookout, and Goku begins to teach Goten and Trunks the fusion dance. While this is occurring, 22 is watching on, with Piccolo as he's thinking about what happened with Deborah. He explains to Piccolo exactly what happened, and Piccolo then says, you shouldn't have rushed in like that. He agrees, and promises not to be so reckless in the future. At this point, Goten and Trunks have gotten the basics down of the dance, and they go into the time chamber to perfect the fusion dance. At this point, 22 goes up to Goku, and he points out that Babidi and Majin Buu are just ending lives without any consequence, and that their little group of heroes are just waiting for the kids to get out of the time chamber so that maybe they might be able to stop Buu. Goku decides to do something about this, and he instant transmissions right in front of Buu. This is where Goku shows off all his transformations, including Super Saiyan 3. He also convinces Buu to not listen to Babidi so much. Buu obliges by blowing Babidi's head off. Buu then decides to head off somewhere else and do something else, maybe kill some more people. This is when Majin Buu meets Mr. Satan, and he befriends him, and then the whole Bee situation happens. Buu then splits himself into good and evil Buu, but the evil Buu wins, absorbing good Buu and forming Super Buu. Once Super Buu has formed, he performs the Earth Extinction Attack, and then starts to look for any strong fighters that may be left. He then senses several strong fighters over where the lookout's at, and he decides he's gonna go head over there. So quickly he speeds over there. Will they survive? You'll have to find out next time, because that'll be it for today's video. If you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe. 3 likes guarantees a part 2. And until next time, I've been Nintendo Dragonball Super, and I will see you all later. Hey there guys, yeah, I'm still here. There's about 2 minutes left in this video, and I didn't have enough space when I initially wrote it down, so yeah, I'm still here. I'm going to talk to you about my other pretty major what if series. What if Bardock was revived after the Frieza saga? It basically is telling the tale of what might have happened had Goku's father Bardock been revived after Frieza had been defeated when Goku was gone for that 18 months. Right now, it's in the middle of Dragon Ball Super, going over the Universe 6 arc. Will Universe 7 win? Who will be the winner? Is it Hit? Or is it someone else? Find out next week when that goes up. But anyway, with that little thing out of the way, there's one more thing I want to talk to you about. Dragon Ball Aftershock. So, I'm going to hopefully over Christmas be getting this little book that's going to show me how to really get it the way I want it to look. And basically just allow me to make it look really good. And if I can do it right, it'll be looking better than like if you've seen the original little comic I made for it for the first part of the first episode. And there will be 4 after the first episode in that whole initial story arc. There will be about 4 major arcs with each arc leading into the next, kind of like the Saiyan saga to the Frieza saga. And if you like non-canon villains and a whole bunch of time travel junk, then be sure to tune in for that, as pretty much, well, not all of them, but 4 major non-canon villains will be there. For example, Golden Cooler will be there, and Janemba will be there, but that's just 2 of the 4 villains I have planned for that series. So until next time, I've been Nintendo and Dragon Ball Super, and I'll see you next time, for real this time.